dressing. I was going to make some to go for my salad, to go with my salad. I've been having oil and vinegar, not because I'm, only an oil and vinegar person, but because I've just been lazy and not making a bunch of salad dressings. Usually you make homemade salad dressings like all the time. So I've just been using oil and vinegar. But tonight I was thinking about making ranch. And then my friends, some of my very, very, very dear friends, you know who you are, friends, who said, hey, can you remind us, what's that ranch recipe? So this is a recipe that can be used if you're older, if you're younger, if you are just getting started on your cooking journey and you're wanting to make the best ranch you've had in your life. This is the recipe for you. So we're going to do a mix here. So for the recipe that I start with, it calls for 3/4 cup of sour cream and 3/4 cup of mayonnaise, something along those lines. This is where that's where it originally started. I don't follow the recipe exactly. So I want to show you can do a couple of different things. So I'm actually doing a mix. I've got some Greek yogurt. Oh, I did vanilla. Dagnabbit, that's going to be gross. Let me just put this to the side. Oh, I'm so glad I looked at that. I have whole milk plain. I was like, that looks like the different thing. Okay, let me just start over. Don't do whole milk vanilla. I'll have to do some dessert with cream and vanilla yogurt. Let me start over. Okay, so we're just going to do sour cream. You could use whole milk plain. Blah. Don't use vanilla, but some plain yogurt. This is going to have sour cream. Like I said, the recipe originally calls for 3/4 cup mayonnaise, 3/4 cup sour cream. Really, the biggest thing is just equal parts. I'm adding some plain kefir to this just because I want it a little bit more sour, more like a buttermilk, right? If you wanted to use buttermilk, you would use buttermilk at this point. The biggest thing is that, one, you want equal parts of mayonnaise or veganese or whatever you're using, equal parts of that to equal parts of your sour cream mixture. And then the other thing that's really crucial with this, I'm going to add just a touch more of mayonnaise so that's more even. What really is crucial on this part is that you want to make sure that you have the sour cream or your whatever you're going to use, mayonnaise, sour cream, kefir, buttermilk, whatever it is. You want to have that mixed now before you add any spices in. So this is very crucial. So you're going to have this mix and you want this to be a uniform mixture. Why? Because if it's not uniform now, once you start putting those spices in, it's going to, it can clump up. You won't be able to get it to be a uniform mixture then. And I love stirring. So this is my favorite part, making this nice uniform mixture. Okay. And then as far as the recipe, let's see that. The recipe, I believe it is 1/4 to 3/4 teaspoon dill weed. And so it's a good amount of dill and also as much dill as you want, right? So we're going to do the green stuff first. So there's the dill, and I like a lot of dill, so I always err on the other side. And I'm not really sure if this is 3/4 cup, but it's just to have it equal parts. And then parsley. So you can add, I think the recipe that I started with calls for 1/2 teaspoon. Again, you can't really mess this up. And this is a really good place. If you don't add the dill weed and you just did like parsley and chives and all of that, you can turn it into blue cheese dressing. You can turn it into any kind of dressing, any kind of creamy dressing that you want. So I've got some freeze-dried chives, parsley, and now I'm going to add garlic powder, onion powder. So my two powders, garlic powder and onion powder, believe it's 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder and 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder. But again, I just think double the amount. Whatever you're doing, you want to do double garlic powder of whatever you do onion powder. So I do the onion powder first, add a little bit of that. And again, this is all just, I don't measure on these. It's going to taste great regardless. And then I'm going to do some extra. You could also make and then last two ingredients, salt and black pepper. So again, the pink salt and then the freshly ground black pepper. I was going to say you can make this extra garlic, or different kinds of garlic. I thought about adding like some roasted garlic, so it'd be a garlicky ranch. I've added Parmesan cheese and made it a Parmesan ranch. Extra black pepper makes it a black pepper ranch. I've added that Bebe stuff, so it's been like a spicy. You could add, there's like a Frank's hot sauce powder that you could make like a Frank's ranch combo. You can do anything you want. It's really yum. Okay, so this is, again, I have the sour cream, mayonnaise, kefir mixture, dill, parsley, chives, garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper. And I'm going to mix all this up. So then the ranch is going to get mixed up. This is going to get better the longer that it sits too. So you'll start with this. I'm going to add a little bit more of the green stuff of the dill weed, the dill and the parsley. I have found, I think that you can do it very well. The chives are not necessary, but I think that the parsley, in my personal opinion, I think it'd be different without the parsley flakes. So I like this a little bit more. And then once you have this mixed in, you're done, except for last part. The very last part, it calls for 1 to 3, I believe it's 1 to 3 teaspoons of lemon juice or white vinegar. And in my personal recommendation, it doesn't matter. You can do lemon juice or white vinegar. They're both delicious. I don't recommend, if you're between reconstituted lemon juice and white vinegar, I would recommend white vinegar over over like concentrate lemon juice. I like fresh lemon juice or white vinegar, and really either of those. It sounds silly, but the white vinegar works just fine. I'm also going to add a drop. I like to add just a drop of apple cider vinegar, or there was like my first husband had a beer vinegar that, just a drop of that added so much flavor. So this is the apple cider vinegar in here. And then really you can make this whatever consistency you want. So the more vinegar, the more lemon juice, the more whatever that liquid at the end that you add, it's going to make it thinner. And then there's your ranch dressing. Yum! Buen provecho! Love you guys. Bye! Here we go. Baby.